Hold on to your lederhosen, folks, because we're diving headfirst into the wacky world of international trade. It's a place where policies can be as unpredictable as a German festival in full swing. Remember Trump? The guy with the hair? The man who could turn a press conference into a stand-up comedy routine? Well, he had a particular fondness for tariffs. He loved a good tariff, especially on things America also makes, like cars. American cars rolling off the assembly line, shiny and new, ready to hit the road. German cars in particular seemed to get his gears grinding. Those sleek luxury vehicles with their precision engineering and iconic emblems. Maybe it was the superior engineering, the kind that makes car enthusiasts drool and engineers beam with pride. Maybe it was the fancy sunroofs, the ones that let you feel the wind in your hair as you cruise down the Autobahn. We may never know. But one thing's for sure, those tariffs made German car makers nervous, really nervous. Imagine the boardroom meetings, the frantic phone calls, the sleepless nights. Imagine the CEO of Volkswagen getting a strongly worded tweet at 3 a.m. from the President of the United States. A tweet that could shake the foundations of their business strategy. Talk about a case of the Mondays. The kind of Monday that makes you want to crawl back into bed and pretend the world outside doesn't exist. We're talking potential tariffs on imports, folks. Cars being shipped across the ocean, inspected at customs with the looming threat of extra costs hanging over them. And not just a little pinch either. We're talking about tariffs that could significantly impact the bottom line, making those luxury cars even more expensive. We're talking a full-blown economic wedgie, the kind that leaves a lasting mark on the financial charts and graphs, and has businessmen reaching for the antacids. International trade negotiations became a high-stakes game. Diplomats and trade representatives working around the clock, trying to find a middle ground. News headlines were dominated by discussions of tariffs. Economic analysts debated the potential impacts on TV, trying to predict the future of the global market. Consumers, too, were caught in the crossfire. Those looking to buy a new car found themselves wondering if they should wait or take the plunge now. Car advertisements took on a new urgency. Dealerships ran promotions, trying to entice buyers before any new tariffs could take effect. Politicians debated the merits and drawbacks of tariffs. Legislative sessions were filled with heated arguments and passionate speeches. The ripple effects of these tariffs were felt across global trade routes. Shipping lanes and international cargo operations had to adapt to the new economic landscape. As the dust settled, the world watched to see how economies would recover. Businesses strategized for growth and financial stability in this new era of trade. And in the end, some found opportunities amidst the chaos. Deals were struck and new partnerships formed, proving that even in the wacky world of tariffs, there's always a silver lining. Now, German car companies are no strangers to a challenge. They've been around since, the invention of the internal combustion engine. Or maybe even before that, who knows? They're German, after all. They probably invented time travel on a slow Tuesday afternoon. But even the most stoic German engineer can't help but sweat a little when faced with a trade war. I mean, these are companies that build their reputations on precision, on quality, on exceeding expectations, not on navigating the whims of a Twitter-happy president. So what did these German auto giants do? Did they pack up their factories and head back to the Autobahn? Did they say Auf Wiedersehen to the American market? Not quite. Instead, they did what any savvy business would do. They doubled down. They invested billions of dollars in American factories, creating jobs and boosting the economy. They built shiny new plants, hired American workers, and even started making pickup trucks because, hey, when in Rome, right? But just when things seemed to be settling down, a new challenge emerged: electric vehicles. The automotive industry, already grappling with numerous changes, now faces the electrifying wave of EVs. This isn't just a trend, it's a revolution that promises to reshape the very fabric of transportation. Now, you'd think this would be right up Germany's alley. A nation renowned for its engineering prowess and automotive heritage should be leading the charge, right? After all, this is a country that loves its efficiency, its technology. German engineering is synonymous with precision, reliability, and innovation. The meticulous attention to detail and the relentless pursuit of perfection have always set German cars apart. Its ability to make things go really, really fast on the Autobahn without breaking any rules, because there aren't any. The Autobahn is more than just a highway, it's a symbol of freedom and engineering excellence. But the US government's stance on electric vehicles has been about as clear as a diesel engine after an oil change. The policies seem to be in a constant state of flux, leaving manufacturers and consumers alike in a state of confusion. One minute, they're all about green energy and tax breaks. Incentives are rolled out, encouraging consumers to make the switch to electric. The vision of a greener future seems within reach. The next minute, they're back to hugging oil companies and rolling coal. The pendulum swings back and the focus shifts to traditional energy sources. This inconsistency creates a roadblock for the electric vehicle industry, making it difficult to plan for the future. Despite these challenges, the push for electric vehicles continues. Innovators and engineers are working tirelessly to overcome the hurdles, driven by the vision of a sustainable future. The road ahead may be filled with obstacles, but the journey towards electrification is unstoppable. The automotive world is at a crossroads, and the choices made today will shape the future of transportation. Will we embrace the electric revolution, or will we remain stuck in the past? Only time will tell. Section 5. Policy. Ping pong. Can't German carmakers catch a break? This back and forth has left German automakers feeling like they're stuck in a game of policy ping pong. It's enough to make you want to grab a pretzel, a beer, and just say, forget about it. One minute, they're being encouraged to invest in electric vehicles. The next minute, they're being told to focus on traditional gas guzzlers. It's enough to give even the most seasoned executive a case of whiplash. Section 6. Mexico, caught in the crossfire. The automotive industry in Mexico has been booming over the past few decades, becoming a crucial part of the global supply chain. But this success story has not been without its challenges. And as if dealing with the US government wasn't enough, German automakers also had to contend with the whole Mexico situation. The complexities of international trade and politics have made it a delicate balancing act for these companies. You see, Mexico has become a bit of a hub for car manufacturing. The country offers a unique combination of advantages that have attracted automakers from around the world. It's got lower labor costs, a skilled workforce, and it's right next door to the US market. What's not to love? These factors have made Mexico an ideal location for manufacturing cars that are then exported to the United States and beyond. Well, according to some folks, quite a lot. The political landscape has been shifting, and with it, the stability that businesses rely on. Trade policies and tariffs have become hot topics, causing uncertainty and concern among automakers. There were threats of tariffs on cars imported from Mexico, which put German automakers in a tough spot. These potential tariffs could significantly increase the cost of doing business, making it less attractive to manufacture in Mexico. Do they stay in Mexico and risk getting slapped with a hefty tax? This question has been at the forefront of many strategic discussions within these companies. Or do they move their operations elsewhere, at great cost and inconvenience? Relocating a manufacturing plant is no small feat. It involves significant financial investment, logistical challenges, and potential disruptions to the supply chain. Talk about a rock and a hard place. The decisions made in boardrooms today will shape the future of the automotive industry for years to come. The stakes are high, and the pressure is on to find a solution that balances cost, efficiency, and political realities. The history of car manufacturing in Mexico is a testament to the country's ability to adapt and thrive in a competitive global market. Industry experts have long praised Mexico's strategic advantages, but the current climate requires a re-evaluation of these benefits. Trade negotiations and international agreements play a crucial role in shaping the future of the automotive industry. Government officials and business leaders must work together to navigate these complex waters and ensure a stable and prosperous future for all parties involved. As the global landscape continues to evolve, the automotive industry must remain agile and responsive. Whether in Mexico or elsewhere, the goal remains the same: to produce high-quality vehicles efficiently and cost-effectively, while navigating the ever-changing terrain of international trade. The story of Mexico's automotive industry is far from over. It is a dynamic and ever-changing narrative, shaped by the forces of economics, politics, and innovation. And as the world watches, the decisions made today will determine the road ahead. Section 7. The Rise of the Red Dragon, China's Car Connection. But wait, there's more. As if navigating the US-Mexico trade spat wasn't enough, German automakers also had to contend with the rise of Chinese car companies. That's right, folks, the Red Dragon has entered the chat, and they're not just building cheap knockoffs either. Chinese car companies are investing heavily in electric vehicles, autonomous driving, and other cutting-edge technologies. They're even starting to give those German luxury brands a run for their money. Section 8. German engineering built to last, hopefully. So, with all these challenges, you might be wondering, can German car makers survive? Will they be able to maintain their reputation for quality and innovation in the face of such fierce competition? Well, if there's one thing Germans know how to do, it's build things that last. They're like the IKEA furniture of the automotive world, a little bit complicated to put together at first. But once it's built to last. Section 9. Innovation Nation. Can Germany outsmart the competition? But it's not just about building things to last anymore. In today's rapidly changing automotive landscape, it's also about innovation, about staying ahead of the curve, about embracing new technologies and anticipating the needs of tomorrow's drivers. And that's where things get really interesting. Because while German car makers may have been caught a little flat-footed by the electric vehicle revolution, they're not ones to rest on their laurels. Section 10. The future of driving. Buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. The future of driving is electric, connected, and autonomous. And while there are still many challenges to overcome, German car makers are determined to be at the forefront of this revolution. They're investing heavily in research and development, partnering with tech companies, and even working on flying cars, because why not? The sky's the limit, right? Section 11. In conclusion, laughter, tears, and German cars. So there you have it, folks. The story of German car makers in the age of Trump, trade wars, and technological disruption. It's a story of challenges, of course, but it's also a story of resilience, innovation, and a healthy dose of German engineering. And hey, if they can survive all that, maybe there's hope for the rest of us. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go see if I can get my hands on a self-driving beer stein.